So hello, Felix. How is it going for you and the band at the moment?
Thank you. It's going very well. It's exciting times. Like the first songs are released. We are already in the cycle of releasing the first record, which will come out at the end of this year. And yeah, we're receiving a lot of feedback from people that are maybe as excited as we are, which is a great feedback. When you do like a new band, will it resonate with people? Will people be interested? But it seems like people are interested and ask for songs and ask for everything. Everyone is kind of excited, which gives you a good feeling as a new artist.
Yep, for sure. And there seems to be like a sort of like a small hype around your band at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it seems so, at least. Because you have already gotten pretty good like festival slots and like the ball is sort of like rolling already quite well. I at least it seems so.
Yeah, nice. It's a good feedback as well. I mean, we are very gifted to be like have that great of a team already behind us that believe in zombies as much as we do. In the future of the undead, if you will. So of course we are very gifted to be able to have played already like festivals like Metal on the Hill and Area 53. Those festivals was great. It's also very exciting to do this kind of stuff when nothing is released, because at the time when we played those festivals, nothing was out. So people did absolutely not know what was going on. And then when the zombies entered the stage, all the smartphones were up and everyone was filming. So yeah, it's just a cool feeling. And again, very grateful, very gifted that all of this is happening, and everyone seems to be quite excited and doing the best they can, as we do. Like we try to write the best songs we can and try to be the best looking zombies we can. And yeah, it's cool.
So the name of the band is like Dominum, and you go under the name Dr. Dead in that. Yes. So before we get to the like debut album, I want to know a little bit about the background. So where did you get like all the like idea, inspiration? How did like all start in this project?
So I work as well as a record producer, and I was in the studio with some pirates that you might know, and we were producing a record, and I was thinking about, all right, there is like a proper pirate band now, cool. There are some werewolves, cool. There are plenty of Vikings, which is cool. There are musketeers, but there are no zombies. And I was watching Walking Dead at the time because I just love it. And
one of my favorite series.
Yeah, see, everyone likes zombies, and I was like, why is there no zombie band? Everyone loves The Walking Dead.
Yep.
And now, and so at this point we started like experimenting and writing songs, and it was I can tell you it was such a crazy process because it went through so many stages. Okay. Language wise, it started in German. Then we were like, all right, that's not the thing. And then musically, we played around, and it was like you would have expected. As a producer, you go like, all right, let's analyze the market, what's going on, and blah, 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 blah. But as a producer, I know this doesn't work at all.
Nope.
The things you do have to be authentic. That's the most important thing. A lot of singers come here to my studio and say, all right, cool, we're recording right now. Can you make me sound like Corey Taylor? Can you make me sound like Bruce Dickinson? And I'm like, no, this is not going to work out.
No, you have a voice. You need to sound like you and not like someone else.
Exactly. But this is it's difficult, and this was very important to me from the beginning. Everything has to be authentic. It has to be our thing. And when you are completely free, it's, you know, when I write for another band, when I write a Feuerschwanz song, let's say, I already know the area we're moving in. But when you do something completely from scratch, you have a lot of freedom, which is a good thing, but also a tricky thing, because you have to define certain things, right? Where are you going musically? Where are you going lyrically, whatsoever? So we played around with this a bit. And then at some point, the first song, Patient Zero, was actually the first song that was done. And well, we all were listening to it, and it was like, that could be a direction we could go.
Okay, so that was the sort of like turning point for this, that where are you gonna head next?
Yes, that was the song where everyone was listening to and was like, that's cool, let's do it.
Okay.
Because of course, when you call, and for the band, for the Zombies, I called my best friends that I know for years, and like friends out of my youth and childhood and so on. And you have to be very convincing if you ask them, so would you like to be in a band with me? They were like, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. What do you think about masks, zombie masks that you can barely breathe through? Would that be a cool thing? The music has to be all right that you do that kind of stuff, you know? I mean, so that's how it all started. And when this song was born, everyone was kind of hyped, and we kept on like running in that direction. And yeah, maybe you heard the record. That's just what came out.
But was it like the original idea to go this like sort of like melodic power metal / heavy metal direction, or were you making songs also like in the realm of like thrash metal or death metal, and then sort of like figuring out where this is gonna head next, or how did it happen?
Well, not really. I think personally, I mean, in my job, I'm very flexible. I can relate to almost every kind of music as long as it's made by heart, you know.
Yeah.
I can relate to death metal, I can relate to a pop song. I don't care, actually, as long as it's made with heart. But when it comes to like writing and singing own stuff, I really can't escape my socialization. I still stick to the albums and stick to the taste that I developed when I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, like in the socialization time of your life. And I just can't escape those records. I still listen to Volume 3, Slipknot, which was like my turning point, which made me a metal man, because beforehand I was like a pop man, and I was listening to pop music. And then I've seen on MTV, I don't know if you remember that time, Duality was very popular on MTV, and I watched that. Every time I talk about this, I get goosebumps, because I remember I was sitting like home, and there was maybe some, I don't know, Christina Aguilera going on, and then it came, I pushed my fingers into my, and then I seen the mask, and it was like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't know things like this existed.
Yeah.
And I was like, the riff started, da, 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 I've never heard anything brutal. Like, of course, I was into rock and metal a bit, but this was a turning point. And I mean, there are a few albums like this. Also, I watched quite heavily the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a musical film. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
I can't escape it. I can't escape it. So, and to put the label on it, you know, that to decide, all right, this is closest to power metal, that was something that happened afterwards. So we tried to write the best songs as we can. Of course, as I said, a certain area was how do you say, there was a certain area fixed that we don't. For example, I'm not a good growler, so we don't do growling. I'm not a good shouter either, and we're a melodic people, and we like good melodies and everything, so that's maybe our focus. But to decide what it is that actually happened afterwards, because we were just doing what we wanted.
Yeah, so the songs sort of came first, and then that, like, what is it called, came like afterwards, sort of.
Exactly. But I think, actually, I don't know how you think about this, but I think power metal, even though I don't have a typical power metal voice, power metal kind of fits it very well, actually. What do you think?
Yeah, but there's like a lot of different genres that you could actually fit in the album. Because it's not like Halloween type of power metal.
Yeah,
it's a little, it's like a little softer version of like that, but I guess it still goes in that sort of box if you have to categorize it some way.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
So is there like a certain like concept behind the album, or are there like just like separate songs in that like zombie world sort of, or how do you see like the lyrical side of the album?
Well, basically, the lyrical side for this first record is more an introduction to the living people. That's why it's called Hey Living People. I talk directly to all of you. So we basically want to say, people, the zombies are coming. Get prepared. choose your team. Oh well, there's not much to choose. You know, when the zombies are coming, you don't have any chance anyway.
Nope.
As we know from Walking Dead, basically. So basically, the main message is, hey, living people, we're coming for you. But also, of course, I mean, Dr. Dead, he seems to be like a kind of a extrovert, and he seems to be like a very self-confident guy, but there are also many sides, for example, in the song Hey Living People, that also Dr. Dead might have some doubts here and there, or there is, even though Dominum is not supposed to be a political band, because our main goal is, let's have a good time together. That's the overall goal, because when you are at a metal festival, when you are at Wacken, you just feel home as a metal fan.
Yep.
Even though there is a band playing that you don't like that much, you just get a beer, you just stand there and you feel all right, because the people around you are cool.
Yep.
Right? And this is our goal that we want to have on a Dominum show as well. So now I kind of lost the track, me talking. Yeah, so that's our main goal, to have like a good time together.
So where did you came up with the band name Dominum? Where did it came from?
That's also an interesting question, because the song Immortalis Dominum was written before the band name was fixed. Because actually finding a band name is a very tricky thing, because you are married forever. There's not even a divorce for a band name. Right?
No, and I've been a music journalist for 20 years, and I'm the editor-in-chief, so I get all those like demos and EPs and small releases, and first what I'm like always thinking about is that how on earth have you decided your band name like this? So it's actually very important.
Absolutely. And I can tell you, I literally had almost 500 ideas on my iPhone, which I was scrolling through. And it has to be, the thing is, you think you have a genius idea on one day, and then you sleep over it, and then it's for the trash. You know, it's always the same. You think, all right, I got this genius new name. But the next day, that's what matters. But the song Immortalis Dominum was written, and then one of our team said, Dominum could be quite a good name. And I was like, yeah, why not? So I wrote it down in capital letters, of course, because band names are always capital letters, right? So I wrote it down and looked at it. It was like, looks decent. Let's see what tomorrow happens. Tomorrow I was like, looks and sound decent. All right, let's see what tomorrow is. Yeah, exactly. And it went on and on and on. And still after 1 week, I was like, that could be it. And I asked my bandmates, and everyone was like, I think we got it. It was actually like a bit like the first song. It felt right immediately for everyone. And when you listen to your guts and they tell you it's working, then it works, if you slept over it.
So Hey Living People will be released on December 29th. And I want to know first, that did like the visual side came first, or did the music came first and then the visuals? Or did you have like both in your head at the same time?
No, I didn't. Of course, the musical side was first, because I live for melodies. Melodies is my life. All I care
as a producer, I can imagine that it's...
Yeah, and also there are also those people that come from the lyrical side of things, but to me, I personally connect with a melody faster than with a bit of lyric. So I live for melodies, and so the music was there first. But then at some point you got to say, all right, we do a zombie band. How are we going to do it? Because we are no zombies, obviously. We are a
big part in that.
Exactly. And we have the problem that we have an extraordinary good-looking band which don't look like zombies at all. So we got to make them zombie-like.
Zombies,
how do we do that? Because makeup, will we go on tour and will we be able to make proper makeup for us every day? I don't think so, because that's a proper job. Makeup artist is a proper job, and there are such good people around. And I can play a little bit of guitar and sing a little bit. That's all I can do. All the other guys play perfectly the instrument. We are no makeup artists. So we were like researching. Are there people that are specialized on maybe zombies or masks or whatever. And we found this crazy dude. Man, this dude is so crazy. We found this crazy dude in Berlin, who's, when you come into his studio, he has like a mask studio, if you can say that. And you come inside and there's like heads and corpses and body parts everywhere. It's really crazy. Whenever you see something horrible in a movie, he's probably made it. It comes out of his studio. So and he lives for zombies. And then we were it was the same thing, you know. It felt immediately right, and I knew that's the guy we're gonna work with. And then we brainstormed everything, and he had such cool ideas that we refined together a bit and said, yeah, we could do like a zombie that has the tongue out because the this part here is missing. And I was like, yeah, can we do that? Yeah, for sure we can do it. And so the process was created. And it's also, you know how it is when you know Walking Dead, because mostly the zombies in Walking Dead, they are nice to watch. They're not too horrible, you know, because of course, as said, we want to have the people a good time, and this to be disgusted is not a good emotion. We want people to feel good and to love our zombies, right? So it's a difficult border to have to find that fine line between, we want to be a bit spooky, we want to be proper zombies, but we also want to be liked, you know, and not disgusting and not to cause nightmares. So, and he this guy from Berlin, he was great help for that.
So was this like a long process for you to make the songs and do the visuals and sort of figure out the whole concept? When did you like originally started planning this?
It was like approximately 2.5 years.
Yeah, I can imagine easily, because there's like so many different like aspects you need to think about, and when I'm already like even looking at the album cover art or even like the promo photos, you can see that you have put like a lot of thought in everything. So that takes a lot of time. Feedback.
Yeah, and you know the thing is that we're not 14 anymore. You know, we are doing a new band. As I don't want to say grown up, because literally we're all children still.
Everybody, this box is children.
see what I mean, right? So but still you have different like views on things, and you want things to be good, but you still want them not to be constructed too much, because, for example, when the first appearance of Dr. Dead was in Patient Zero video. I've never had the scar before. I tested it, how I can do it, but I was never in the role of Dr. Dead before. So it happened when we had the first shoot for Patient Zero. It happened together with the team of 360-degree design. That's what the company is called that we made the video with, and with the director. And it was the first time, because I wanted it to be also spontaneous and not too calculated. All right, Dr. Dad's eye color is brown, and it had to be, there had to be some spontaneous aspects, because we still wanted to do what we feel like doing, but still everything needs to be good. So this is also a fine line that you have to find, but it's good that it seems like there is a lot of work in it. I think that's a good feedback as well.
For sure. I was wondering now, because you have had like pretty good team to work on the like videos, like the guys who's done like Rammstein and Within Temptation and that, and you are starting a new band. Obviously, nobody's making money in this business.
No.
So how much is that actually like limiting you? That how
the
much
money
can
aspect?
The money aspect. That how much can you actually like do, and what you cannot do, like in terms of like getting budgets and because I guess that's something that you have to think about also when you are doing this.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't go very often on vacation. And when I ask myself, because I did not have a band before, I was really concentrating on the producing side of things, and this went quite well. I was gifted to have jobs, and I was gifted that people want to work with me. But when I thought, all right, am I gonna do this band thing again? am I going to jump into that hole again? I knew that is that I want to do it with full dedication, and if that means, even that's sad for my girlfriend, but if that means that I don't go to vacation anymore, that's no problem for me, because to be honest, between the two of us, I don't have the feeling of working anyway, because I do music for a living, which is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. Yeah, it
but
is.
still at a certain point, of course, you have to. It's work, of course, but I'm going all in, and I don't have any problems with that. It's
was
just
it
the thing that
a thing that you had to think about like a lot before you jumped into this side again? No, you were like sort of like sure that I will do this.
Yeah, because if I would have not done it, I would be. I'm sure they'll be here in 10 years. Yeah, what if I would have done the band? What would have? And there was no question. When I had the idea, I felt like, all right, zombies, that's a cool thing. I want to do it. Do I really want to do it? That was a process of maybe a few minutes, and then I was like, all right, if I get the right band, because that's very important, you have to find the right people, because basically you live with those people. Then you live in a van for the first years. You have to think of that, because we're not used to do that anymore, right?
Yeah, and you don't tour with private flights, and you have to be in that crappy van and play, and yeah, you have to have good people around you. That's like the most important thing.
Exactly. And that was all right. I'm checking with my mates. Will it work? And everyone was like, sure, let's do it. And then there was no question anymore. And in the end of the day, money is just money. I'm gifted that I'm not hungry, and the money is not gone. It just just someone else has it, right?
Like when it comes to like bands with like masks, like Ghost or Slipknot, they plan ahead like a lot. Like Tobias knows like 3 years ahead what he's gonna do with Ghost. So
is that the case? 3 years?
I don't know how far, but quite far. If you like ask him questions, you can like see that he is already like quite far ahead with his like story and concept. So how is it with you? Are you already like in the sort of like thinking phase for the next album, and will you plan on like changing the costumes between the albums, and or have you even like thought about that yet?
I did, of course I did, and I can tell you that obviously I'm writing already for the second record.
Yeah, of course.
Because you know how it is. I can write a song every day, but just a tiny bit of those songs are listenable, if you can say that. And of course there will be changes and everything, and like it's in every good zombie movie, there are also unforeseen changes that are gonna happen, but that would not be unforeseen if I would tell you right now.
No, for sure. No. But I was just wondering that do you plan on like a lot? I love that.
This is what we love, right? We do love storytelling. We love that aspect, that it merges, the concept merges between music and a story and an overall story that's told. And this is what we love about Ghost, right? And about bands like that. So obviously we're already thinking what could happen and what's gonna happen.
So if Dominum would be like a zombie movie, what kind of movie would it be?
Well, there are certain kind of zombie movies that are serious, but also contain a little bit of humor within, because in the end, we love our life, So we are a life positive band, even though we're all undead, or the zombies are all undead. So I think it's not like that super serious zombie movie, but serious enough, because we don't do comedy as well. I was about to say Zombieland, but I think Zombieland is too funny. Maybe a little less humorous version of Zombieland could be a Dominum movie.
So do you have like a dream to sort of do some type of like movie score in the future? Would that be like a dream come true for you?
Well, of course, yeah. We try to do all our big music videos. We try to do them as movie-esque as can be. And we just recently shot again 2 videos with a fantastic director. had a fantastic location, and this is exciting, you know, because we don't want to do like put the band on a hill and put a camera on and
those
build
typical
some drums
playing videos.
Yeah. We want to do the real thing as good as we can, as good as we can do, you know. And so we try to do that. Yeah, sure.
Are you like a small kid when you are in those like scenes? Like,
sorry,
are you like a small kid in a like candy shop when you are in those like music video scene, like deciding that, hey, I want to do this and I want to do this and this should go like this? And
absolutely.
I can imagine. For sure. So before we wrap things up, I want to ask you a little bit about the future. So what like kind of plans do you have overall at the moment?
So of course the production work is still going on, and I'm enjoying that very much, because like every collaboration is gets me further, or gets both sides further. It's not in one direction a collaboration, so I enjoy that very much. But yeah, all my life is about Dominum right now, and I try to write the best songs as possible. We're going on tour very much the end of the year for the release, and we also have a tour ongoing with Feuerschwanz next year, which is going to be great. And we try to reach as many people as we can to get the zombie spirit out there.
Any idea if you are coming to Finland already? Do you know?
Nothing fixed, but of course a lot of things are in the making, and but at this point it's still not safe, no. But for sure we want to come to you metalheads and give you what you deserve.
Zombie apocalypse.
Exactly.
Hey Felix, thanks a lot for taking the time, and all the best for the future. Anything you want to say as a closer to all the Finnish people watching this afterwards?
Hey Finnish people, I hope you're doing well, and think about it all the time. We all taste the same.
Hey, thanks a lot for doing this.
Thank you too.
And hope to catch you in Finland someday. Yeah,
let me know when you want to join a show. Just write me, and we'll meet personally. That would be cool.
Yeah, I will be actually visiting some of the like European festivals next summer, like those mid-Europe festivals. So let's see if you're playing on some. I'll shoot you a message somewhere.
Do that.
Hey, thanks a lot for taking.
Have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Too. Take care. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.